Alright, so here is how you go about using Cami. To do this, I went ahead and had my daughter log into her account. So I'm looking at her Google Drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just open up one of these files that's a PDF. So Emma's totally into theater, and this is something that she actually had to fill out, I think, for either her private studio theater group or when she was in the high school production of Matilda this past, well, it didn't happen, but this past spring. So here's a PDF, and a lot of times when we try to open up PDFs in as a Google Doc, it gets all screwy. The lines go weird. If there's tables, those things really don't show up very well. So what I do with my students is I have them open it up with Cami. So you come up here to open with, and notice I already have Annotate with Cami connected on Google Drive here. If it's not connected, then you would just go down to Connect More Apps, and you'd find Annotate with Cami. There are two separate Cami apps. You want to make sure you get the Annotate with Cami. So click on Annotate with Cami. It opens up in a new tab. And if you're doing this for the very first time, you'll have to go through and just kind of register. And all you have to do is just continue to just click on log in with your Google credentials. So when the kids actually log in with all that stuff, it'll hook right up to their Google Drive. So nice thing is here is if this was an assignment that was not copied for every single student to go into their Google Drive, if you wanted to annotate on this, if you wanted to go ahead and start clicking on here, so let's say we're going to type her name. Oh, wait a minute. The owner of this document has not granted you permission, so you have to create a copy, and when it does that, it actually will kind of update the file name. So here it says Emma Moser, Actors Character Worksheet, PDF. All right, so one of the things that's cool about this is that whenever I have my students do this, I always ask them to type their answers either in bold or in a separate color from what the text color is. So since the text here is in black, let's go ahead and we'll do this in red. And what you can do is you click on text box, red, and then there it is. And basically what we can do is just begin typing. So type in Emma, you know what character you're playing. Her most recent production was in Into the Woods, and she played the witch. The setting of the play, it took place in the forest. You can, put in a drawing, which is actually kind of cool. And this is where, the touch screen. So basically, I'm here using my touch screen, and I'm going to type it, or just write on here, touch screen. If you wanted to put an image in, that right there is part of the upgraded version. But if you wanted to do something like, I don't know, maybe have them create some kind of Venn diagram, and then you can actually do text box, and we'll reduce the font size in here. So we'll do 10, we'll do red, and we'll just say, okay, here is one side of the Venn. All right, stuff like that. And it does say saved here, okay? But one of the things to make sure that this actually does wind up showing up in Google Drive is to go up here to this download button. So if you click download, you want to download everything with annotations, and you do have the opportunity to either download it to computer or just put it in Google Drive, okay? And since this is like the second one that we've done with this, I'm just going to put a 2 in there, so just in case she doesn't, we don't want to lose the other one. So begin export, saves the document to Google Drive, and then it says, okay, you want to open it? Cool. Open up Google Drive. And here's this Cami Export 2. Now, one of the things I've noticed is it actually, oh, there it is. It actually does take a little while for some of those annotations to kind of show up sometimes in Google Drive. My students kind of got a couple of times where they were like, I did all this work and I don't see it. I said, it's okay, just take a second, especially if there's a bunch of annotations on there. So, and that way it can just be turned in and it's still a PDF. So hopefully this is helpful.